Hello, I am Bert Janssen. Welcome back to the next episode in the series of short videos in which I explain the book, The Organizing Principle, There Are No Coincidences. In the previous video, I talked about the whole string of events, of curious coincidences that brought me to where I was, in England, meeting a man on a sidewalk who told me that if I wanted to know more about crop circles, I had to go to a pub, to the Barge Inn. Now realize this is in a time that there is no internet and nobody had a mobile phone. So if you wanted to exchange ideas and information, you had to meet. And the Barge Inn was the perfect place for that. It's there that I learned about the work of John Martineau and Michael Klickmann. And the name of a German man was mentioned, Wolfgang Schindler. This Wolfgang Schindler had studied and analyzed crop circles that had appeared in the late 80s and early 1990s. Those were simple circles with rings and boxes and connecting pathways. And in these simple circles, Wolfgang Schindler had uncovered a hidden geometrical element that was very, very hard to explain. It was this hidden element that triggered my real interest in this strange phenomenon. So let's have a look at this element that Wolfgang Schindler discovered. Wolfgang Schindler would take existing crop circles and add elements to it, at least to their diagrams. He would add lines resulting in pentagons and pentagrams, and while doing that, something amazing appeared. Let me give you an example. This is a diagram of a crop circle found at Chilcombe Down in 1991. You can add a pentagram to the left circle, as you can see in the diagram. The ring or circle that circumscribes this pentagram touches the orange lines. Those orange lines are the tracks left behind by the tractor when the farmer is maintaining the field, when he is spraying the field. Now realize that these tracks are a human element. So this pentagram is connecting the crop circle to a human element. But the same pentagram also touches the right circle. And you can add a pentagram to that right circle, which then will touch the left circle. And you can add a second pentagram to the left circle that then intersects with the center of the right circle. There are so many elements that come together that this cannot just be a coincidence. Look at the diagram, and this is just a simple diagram. Schindler analyzed crop circles that resulted in really complex diagrams. This all could not be a coincidence.
If this would be a coincidence, then the world would look different, I would say.
In a future video, I will go into greater detail about who or what was possibly responsible for these intriguing hidden geometries. At a later date, I met Alan Brown. Alan Brown had studied the crop circles that had appeared in the early 1980s. They were even older than the ones studied by Wolfgang Schindler. The crop circles Alan Brown studied and analyzed were called quintuplets. They consisted of a central circle with 4 satellite circles around it, very much like the circle I had come across in the Netherlands. Now, while studying these quintuplets, Alan Brown discovered a hidden feature that was perhaps even more amazing than the feature discovered by Wolfgang Schindler. The feature discovered by Alan Brown was connected to squaring the circle. As you already know, squaring the circle is a geometrical shape consisting of a square and a circle, whereby the perimeter of the square and the circumference of the circle are identical, or whereby the surface area of the square is identical to the surface area of the circle. There's actually no difference between these two variations. They are twin brother or twin sister. A fascinating aspect of squaring the circle is you can make it, but you cannot construct it by just using compass and a straight edge. Although there are construction methods that come very, very close, but never 100%. In a later video, I will get back to this fascinating phenomenon of the impossibility to construct squaring the circle and how it is related to Jung's work on synchronicities. But let's go back to Alan Brown. He studied about 50 different quintuplets, and he discovered many different, very precise methods for squaring the circle hiding in these quintuplets. Many of these methods you could not find back in books. How was this possible? Where did it come from? Remember, those quintuplets were from the early 1980s, and that was a time that nobody was making the connection between crop circles and geometry. And it took years and years and years before Alan Brown actually discovered these methods hiding in these quintuplets. Where did it come from? How was this possible? Now, let me give you an example of one of these methods. Like with Wolfgang Schindler, there is an explanation how these hidden geometries could have happened. And in a future video, I will elaborate on that. Although the findings of Wolfgang Schindler and Alan Brown were very intriguing and triggered my interest in the phenomenon of crop circles, there was something else going on in the landscape. There were these lines, energy lines, ley lines, and hidden geometries. And it turned out that the hidden geometries found in the fields of England, in the crop circles, resembles very much the hidden geometries that could be found in the landscape. In the following video, I will introduce you to that strange phenomenon. I see you there.